When I was a kid, I was afraid of the dark. And I needed to have a nightlight plugged into my bedside for a lot longer than most kids probably do. I was well into middle school, maybe 7th or 8th grade, when I finally turned it off. The night freaked me out. It scared me, like it does for a lot of kids. What if the monster that I was sure lived under my bed came out and ate me? What if I needed to get up and use the bathroom and I couldn't find the light switch and then I ultimately tripped over and hurt myself along the way? And what if some intruder came into my bedroom while I was sleeping and stole my favorite New York Jets bobblehead, my most prized possession? The night can be scary for us, and we know this. There's a reason why the vast majority of crimes that happen in our country and around the world happen at night. There's less of a chance that you'll get caught, that you'll get exposed. The darkness is hidden, but the light shines, and you can see. That nightlight on my bedside when I was a kid that I think about every once in a while served two purposes for me, which both gave me equal assurance and comfort to get me to go to sleep. The first, it gave me hope. As long as my nightlight was shining, I knew that morning was coming along the way, that another day was ahead, even if the night seemed eternal. No matter how afraid I felt of the dark, it was a reminder of how that's not all there is to the world. There are beautiful things that are full of light too. And the second thing that nightlight gave me was power. The power to see, and therefore the power to expose. If that intruder did come into my house and dared walk in while I had my nightlight, I could see the danger that was in front of me and be able to cry out for help. Light does two things. It serves two purposes. It provides hope and it exposes. In Paul's epistle to the Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 8, he says, "For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Live as children of light." What does it mean to be a children of light? A child of light, to live as children of light. Well, it means first to live as if the hope of the gospel you believe is actually true. If you are a follower of Jesus who has had their lives changed by God's grace and you believe he is the only hope for an eternal future with God, then that is a hope that you cannot ignore. It's a light you can't put under a basket, to use the language Jesus uses in the Sermon on the Mount. The gospel is the hope of the world, and it needs to be shared in both the way you proclaim it with your mouths and the way you demonstrate it with your lives. So living as children of light means sharing and being Christ's hope in the world. And it also means this: exposing the falsehoods and lies that are in the world for what they are. Darkness, sin. We are called to not only respond to the gospel with faith, but to participate in God's work in advancing Christ's kingdom by standing in loving resistance to every power, system, and practice that distorts the truth, diminishes human dignity, or sets itself against the reign of Christ on earth. Light brings hope and it exposes darkness. As children of light, we're called to do both.